Hey everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of our Minecraft 1.14 Let's Play. Hope everybody is doing well today. Today is episode 50. Guys, I cannot believe we are already 50 episodes in. And as you know, on this channel, whenever we hit a 50 milestone, we do a world tour. So today's episode is going to be a world tour exploring all the fun stuff of our world. So guys, I've got an awesome question of the day for you, and that is, what is your favorite thing in this world? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'd really like to know what you guys think. If you enjoy this series and you want to see more, make sure you hit the like button and turn on those notifications for when the videos come out. Let's get into it, guys. All right, guys, so before we get into the tour, I just want to say a quick thank you for all of the support on the 50 episodes that we have out so far. Oh my god, each video just absolutely slays, getting like 65,000 views. Guys, if you know my channel, you know that we struggled for a long time trying to earn views, getting 3,000 to 5,000 for like over 4 years. And now that we're here, I'm so grateful, and just it's humbling to get this many views and support and subscribers. So I just want to say thank you, guys. It really means a lot to me that you support the channel in the way that you do. So I think without further ado, I was gonna do the storage stuff today, but we're going to get into a world tour. So we're going to do this in phases, and we're going to do it in phases of how we played the world. So going to start off where we started. All right, guys, so to get started with this world tour, we started off our world in a snow biome, and I was looking for this basically on purpose because I really just wanted to live in snow. And we had a very cool feature. We initially found this village over here, and when we found the village, I saw this igloo, and I'm like, I really want to live at the igloo. Another funny thing is that we had our very first village raid here as well. So we learned a lot about Minecraft 1.14 right off the rip, just being here. The raid was a very interesting thing. Like, I gotta be honest with you, I've never really been a fan of 1.14 Minecraft, but the raid, that was a lot of fun, man. I gotta say, I really enjoyed it. So we set up shop in the igloo, which we'll go downstairs right now and check out. Now, the one thing that was cool about our igloo is that it had a dungeon. Now, I had learned that they actually made these a lot more common than I initially thought, because I thought that the igloos were like a super rare find to find like a villager down here. So we actually had a lot of problems with the villagers at first, but this was a pretty good little starter base. I literally haven't been down here since we left, so I don't know what's really here, but it was fun to get started learning about how villagers learn their trades, learn their professions, and everything here. And as you know, we had actually found a mob spawner in this area as well. That was like the first what, probably 5 episodes. We found a zombie spawner and we converted that, and up until just recently we had still been using it pretty actively. I get a lot of questions on this series about like how I do things. When I came into doing this series, my initial goal was to cram as much stuff into these episodes as possible. So a lot of the times I don't show a lot of stuff, but it's very common things. And an episode will actually take upwards of like probably, I don't know, an episode will probably take upwards of 6 hours, and I skip a lot of stuff on purpose, and like I hope that you guys understand that. So lots of enchants here. Wow, some really good enchants too. I'm gonna have to come back over here. But so this was like our first little starting area with our spawner. The spawner should be right here actually. So this is our zombie spawner. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and move on to the next area. All right, guys, the next area of our world, and the first thing that we really built in this world was our villager breeder. Now, I have this thing turned off right now because we have enough villagers downstairs to cover what we need, but this was like our real kind of first learning experience into how villagers work in 1.14. We had learned about their professions and things like that, but we really didn't know how they bred. Was everything still the same? And we had a lot of fun making this thing. It was one of our very first projects. And then so to move down to the lower lands here, we had made our very first cave base, which is obsolete now. We don't really come over here very much anymore because everything is gone. But this was our, this is nostalgia, man. This was our first home. And then all of the villagers that we bred all went into this guy right here. This is where there's a golem down here. This is where we do all of our villager trading, and I have a few different good villagers down here. Some of them are missing though. There's a bed missing. Interesting. I wonder if he killed a zombie, because there should be a bed there. That's not good. Anyway, so I actually use this trading hall quite a bit. And we came up with a really solid system of using the hero bell to move all of the villagers into the bedrooms. And it works out pretty well, but the way that the villagers lose their profession is still so very much glitched out that it's hard to get them in there. So I've just been using the ones that we have. So if you hit this little trap door right here and you go downstairs, this leads to a skeleton spawner. But before we had that, we actually had a sugarcane farm here, and it worked decent. We didn't really use it a lot though. That's why we repurposed it. Okay, so downstairs we have a skeleton spawner, and you guys know I love my spawners. Wow, there is a lot of loot down here. I did not know all this was down here. I have items everywhere, man. So the skeletons spawn, they flow into the cave there, they go up and then drop down. This is like 22 to 23 blocks. Very typical skeleton-esque spawner that you would see in the world. Oh, creepy noise. That's a creepy noise, dude. And then we should be able to hit them once, about 1 to 3 times, and we get our XP, and it works pretty well. As you guys know though, in the world we have some very incredible spawners, so this one doesn't really get a lot of use anymore. Okay guys, so the next thing we are going to take a look at is the villager project. So I have this really bad problem in Minecraft where I will start a project and then get sidetracked and never work on it. And the villager project is definitely one of those things. But so for those of you who don't know what the villager project is, because it was a pretty early thing, we are going to turn this into a super village. We're going to have nice big walls like we have. We built that. We came up with a very nice design for that. I really like the walls around this thing. And we're going to build custom houses in all of the empty spaces and make this a very thriving village. And it's still going to be that. I just got to get time to work on it. That's all. I'm just lazy. Not lazy, but I actually just have a really bad problem getting sidetracked. So inside of this village, we are going to be building houses recommended by the community. So once again, I would like to ask your participation in that. If you think a village building would fit well in here, name the type of villager you think should go with it and the type of building that you would like to see. In the future, I will refer to this episode and the other episode that I asked. This place is also the home, or where it happened. We actually had like 4 different raids here. We had initial raid, which I was flying through the world one day and I saw some pillagers coming this way and I just took them out. And then we had like that crazy kind of triple raid, and I can't really explain how that happened. This world is full of anomalies, and it's like, I love this world, man, because we've had so much crazy stuff happen. Like, I've never had anything like this happen in any world, and I'm not sure if it's because it's like 1.14 or what, but I think it's very exciting. So this will always be an ongoing project, I think. So the nice part of this, we are going to show the quad spawn. Is quad or triple? I can't remember. Triple spawner. And we're also going to show the tree farm. Now, those are not necessarily in order, but they are in the area, and I feel like we should go over them. And once I sleep, of course. Come on, game. Let me sleep. We got an iron boy. Iron boy. I'm glad that the village population is starting to build itself back up, because we did lose a lot of villagers here. We had a lot more before, but all the raids and stuff like really depleted the village. Okay, so flying out of this, our base is right there, but we're gonna come over here first because this is the home of our tree farm. I actually use this thing quite often, but I just take everything out of it. Wow, there's a lot of redstone stuff here. I have got to come back here. I need all of that stuff. There's a doggy there. I don't have a bone. No, I was gonna tame him. But I actually use this tree farm quite often. But the most special part of this area over here is by far this mob spawner down here. So we were caving and I was just digging forward like I always do. We ran into a spawner. Next thing you know, we run into another spawner and then another spawner. And I'm like, we just found a triple spawner. And that's really the first triple spawner that I have ever found. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of break in here real fast. Silk touch. Let me grab that and that. Naturally, I would drop a block. So we have, if I stand in the middle over here, you can see that the spawners are active. We have is that a zombie or a skeleton? I can't remember. I think that one's a skeleton. It's kind of hard to see. Yeah. So skeleton, zombie, and zombie. And this thing like produces pretty well, to be honest with you. Like if you just stand kind of like right here, I forget how far we can stand over with the other one being active. But once you kind of just AFK for, I would say, there we go. You gotta, oh, that's right. You gotta stand right up against the block here. That's why it wasn't working. But we get so many mobs in here. And matter of fact, even for the 3-block gap that we have right here, we were hitting entity cramming pretty fast, like really, really quickly. We've got some options on the wall here. So I've got like a light system for the inside, which apparently is not working. Okay, then we're doing good. Oh, I'm getting shot. So when you kill all these mobs, you just hack these guys. We need to put carpet right there. There we go. All of the all of the lot goes down here and it stores in here. And we, as you can see, lots of bows, lots of bones, lots of goodies. And I'm getting that heckin' doggo. We're getting him, boys. We're getting him. So let's go tame ourselves a wolfie. I've always had trouble. Yeah, you know how many times I have done that in this world, trying to get out of this thing, and I get trapped here every time, and I still can't do it. I wonder if I can. I'll just fly out of this sucker. That's right. All right, so doggo, come. Oh, he's already tamed. Where's the other guy at? Where's your brother? Where's the Mr. Heckin' doggo? He was right over here, wasn't he? All right, well, I was gonna tame him, but he disappeared. Anywho, let's go ahead and move on. Okay, guys, next up we are over at our iron golem farm. So this farm has taken a lot of shapes. When we initially started 1.14, the way that spawning golems worked was pretty common. It was an older design. You just had villagers, you put them in the middle and you give them food. That was literally it to get golems spawning. And then Mojang changed it like 4 to 5 times. There was gossip and being scared and different things like that. And it's kind of making me nervous. I saw some golems spawn right away, but I haven't seen one spawn. Maybe it's just taking a little bit of time. And so eventually the one that we built where we had like 90,000 villagers and that sucker stopped working, which sucked because we had to do some drastic changes to make that thing fix and work. But we eventually settled on this design, which apparently is just decided not to work anymore. I am noticing that the villagers are not sleeping. You notice that? The villagers are supposed to be hitting the beds, which it doesn't seem like they are. And that's one of the reasons why there's no golems spawning right now. Weird. Huh. I don't know what's going on. But so the reason why this thing works so well is because now they just need to see the zombie. It freaks them out. And then this thing works like really well. Well, it did work really well. I'm not really sure what's going on with it right now. It could just be some like weird setting in the game. But as you can see, we have quite a bit of iron down here, so it's not like it hasn't been working. It just probably is like a little glitch. We probably just need to sleep or something, to be honest with you. But this is a design from 2 different people. There was a YouTuber, I cannot remember his name for the life of me, and I apologize because I hate that. But it's working. Maybe it was just a little, maybe that guy that was on the edge over there is blocking the spawns. That could be it. This guy right here could be blocking. But so that design was a change and iteration that Doc M made. Now Doc M, as you guys know, is like the godfather of iron golem farms, right? And so I was about to die. It seems like it's working better now. Yeah. All right. So Dakim made a change to the mob spawners and just did a little bit of work on it. And as you can see, this thing is like 1000% producing now. So it's working pretty good, actually. So yeah, make sure that you have all your iron golems that are like, you know, make sure that they get killed right away. Otherwise, it's not going to work pretty well. Also needs to sit in the spawn chunks. But yeah, this thing is what, there's like four spawners here in total, and it works just super well. Another thing that we have over here that we don't really talk about very much is because this is one of those things that is more of an off-camera type deal, is our sugarcane farm. This is where I get almost majority of my paper for all of our rockets, and we have a creeper farm for the gunpowder, and I'll show you that in just a second. But over here where you see this stuff right here, we'll go downstairs. Now the sugarcane farm is actually a pretty big. It took kind of a while to make it, but mostly just collecting all of the sand. So let's go downstairs. I love building farms, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed that or not. Yeah, I love farms. Actually, they're my favorite by far. All right, so there we go. Oh, I got chakra boxes down here. Golden apples. Wow. See, like, I need to come and check on this stuff more often. This is our sugarcane farm. Lots of, wow, we have a lot of sand too. But this thing is massive. It goes over there, all the way over there, and when I collect it, it gives us over an inventory full of sugarcane, which is very good for when you need to make rockets. Okay, guys, we are now over at the creeper spawner. Now, I actually haven't been here in quite a while because we initially got so much gunpowder that I didn't need to. I want to check this real quick because I want to make sure that everything is still in line properly. Seems like everything is okay, cool, perfect. The way this works is a pretty common spawn thing where you use the oh, it seems to be working pretty well still. Cool. The way that this works is that you just basically use the creeper spawn heights, and using a trapdoor, you can force it to where only creepers can spawn. And as you can see, just having 2 layers seems to work pretty well for this. You have a cat in there that pushes the creepers away. Using a looting 3 sword, you can get quite a bit of gunpowder. Actually, let's take all this out of here real fast. Just kill these guys. So these are 23 block drops, and most of the times I'll just AFK here just to kind of see how much gunpowder we can get. And then like just from that right there alone, there's 18 gunpowder. So you can imagine that getting gunpowder from this is pretty easily done. So next up, I want to go ahead and move over to the base. So we had started this base about halfway through the LP, and it's taken quite a few different shapes, but I think we found a good form where it's at. And we had just a lot of the times I find myself wanting to do projects away from this area, and it's not because I don't want to build a base, but I like doing projects in other places. So right now all we have is a bedroom and a smelter, which I'm probably going to redo the smelter anyways. Oh dang, girl, why don't you tell me you had all that food? But recently I just redid all of this storage, and I wanted to get your guys' opinion on it, because I think this is going to be final form. We have pretty much all of our most common building blocks on this side, mob drops, then we have like kind of like seeds and saplings stuff, like so tree stuff, leaves, things like that, seeds. Then we have wheat based food, which is like potatoes, beets. Then we have like apples, which is like melons and things like that. And then we have cooked food. Then over this side, we just kind of have all of our important stuff. Eventually I will go through all of these chakra boxes and get them all straightened out. But I think now would be a perfect time to go to our spider spawner. Okay guys, so this is probably the best find in the world that we have right now. This is a quad spider farm, and not only is it a good farm, but 2 things. Number 1, all of the spawners are in a line. Not sure how I managed to pull that one off, but this thing can generate roughly, I don't know, about 150 spiders in a pretty fast amount of time. Like right now we've got about 30 entities in front of us. About 20 of those are spiders. And if you just stand here for roughly 5 minutes, you will have enough spiders to get about 30 levels of XP. So coming in the future, I want to set this up to where the spiders are easier to access. I also want to use potions of splash damage to kill these guys. So whenever we need to come over and do enchants, just throw a potion, do some enchants, throw a potion, do some enchants. So we just use a very common spider setup for this. Basically the spiders spawn, they fall down, and then they fall into a water canal, and then we just use a bubble column to bring them upwards. So in the time that we have been here, it went from like 20 entities to like 40. Those are about 20 spiders at a time. The spiders flow through, and I got to be honest with you guys, this is probably our best thing for XP in the world right now. We do have an Enderman farm, which we'll do last and show that off, but for the most part, this thing just works so fast. It generates an insane amount of drops too. So the entire time that we have been working here, you know, we've got all the string, all the spider eyes. I'll have more string and spider eyes than I'll probably ever use in this world ever. And I don't know, I love this world, man. That's the, you know, that's honestly one of the reasons why I have not released the download or the seed, because honestly, I'm hoarding this sucker. This is my world, man. I like it. So I've just been really protective over it. And as you can see, just from the time that we've sat here, we went from 20 entities to 60. That's like 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and we've gotten like 45 spiders. So okay guys, we find ourselves in the nether now. I decided to come here before going to the end because I felt like this was more appropriate to show first. So this is our pigman farm, and it was mainly used for getting XP, but now that we have the spider farm, we no longer need this. So what we're going to do is we're going to convert this into a gold farm, which is already doing really well. And as you can see, all we got to do to get any kind of kills in this is literally just swing our sword, because they have the mob falling to 23 blocks. So let's go up top and I'll quickly show you how this works. So the mobs, they spawn because there's the only platform for them to spawn, and now they're aggroing me, so let's stand in the middle. They will normally be mad at the eggs in the inside there, fall down and do a 23 block drop, and this is basically the 1.14 equivalent fire to Ilmango's spawner itself. So it works pretty well, but I think we're going to make it an entity cramming one after all, because like I said, the spiders, they just generate so fast, man. Now this thing does seem to be working pretty well right now, and it's definitely giving us good XP, and I'm happy that we have multiple ways to get a lot of XP in the world as well. All right guys, so finally we are in the end. Now we have fought the dragon either 1 or 2 times, I can't remember. One, it looks like 1 because we only have 1 gateway, but we mainly use the end for our Enderman farm. And so the Enderman farm is a very simple setup. All it does is it uses an endermite and a minecart with a name tag, and it generates the Enderman, and they just chase after it. That's it. It's a very simple thing. It's a couple blocks tall, and it's very effective. All right, so if we land over here, this thing needs work, by the way. There's a lot better setup that we can do. Come over here. This is where I do dying and falling through the void. Let's not do that and say we did. All right, let's land right here. There we go. So this is where I do a majority of my enchanting. We do a lot of enchanting here, as you can see, but it just works so fast. And before the spider farm was operational, this is where I always came. So it's kind of where I always come back to do XP for some reason. But yeah, this is a very common setup, and a lot of people use it. So I am definitely not the inventor of this one. Honestly, I have no idea who even came close to making this one. So guys, I think that's probably going to take care of today's world tour. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe. Otherwise, I hope you guys all have a great day. This is iJevin. Peace out, everybody.